So welcome back to Computer Studies Standard 10th, chapter number 3, Handling Images in HTML, Part 1. This chapter is going to be very interesting. Till now, that is in the first two chapters, you were taught how to insert text. That is only one element you were able to insert, that is text. But today, through this chapter, you will learn how to insert images. It is said that a picture is better than 1,000 words. Pictures or images attract majority of persons and convey an important message to the audience. See, if a web page shows a picture or shows so many images, then the user will immediately pay attention to it. Further, it is observed that pictures increases the degree of understanding and acceptance in general. For example, to remember anything, if you have seen that thing, then easily you will be able to remember. But if you have read about it, it will not go into your mind so very easily. Suppose you have read a lesson, read a chapter, and instead of that, if you have seen a movie describing the same chapter, then that movie you will be able to remember very well. So images play a very important role. Now images are added to a web using the img tag. img tag, it's very easy to insert an image. We have already added an image as a background in the previous chapter. Now for example, if the image is lying in the same folder in which we have stored our web page, then simply you can type the tag img src is equal to the name of the image. And if the images are lying in a folder, that is folder named images, and that folder is lying where our web page is created, then you have to type img src is equal to images / name of the image. Simple. Now, what is src? src is an attribute which describes the address of that image, and it is used inside img tag. Further, the image element, that is image tag with the image content and attribute, does not cause a line break, hence it is known as an inline image. Now we will discuss about the src attribute. src means source. The src attribute provides information about the location of the image. In the previous example we had seen, when we had used the image lying in our own folder or lying in the folder named images, then we had written the path of that thing. The location here refers to the source of the image. It tells the browser where to find the image from. Many times we use URL as image location. Without mentioning the source of the image, it is impossible for a browser to find and display an image. Now, if I try to explain you, image is not like the part text which is combined or which is stick to the document. But every time when the browser loads the web page, it has to fetch the image from where it is lying, and it has to display it to you. To display an image from internet, that is from any URL, then what to do? To include an image from URL, here example is given. You have to type the address of that image. Another thing is, you cannot insert any image in the web page, but you can use only the formats which are supported by the browsers. such as .jpg, .jpeg, .bmp or .gif. Now we take an example that suppose you are wanting to insert an image which is there on internet platform. Then what to do? There are two options. The first option is you can give a right click on the image and save that image to your computer, and thereafter you can insert the image. And the another option is, in another option you have to write the whole address, that is URL of that image. So there are two options. Now see one more thing, that img tag is an empty tag. In the previous chapter we had studied other two empty tags also. Which were they? One was br tag, to give a line break. Do you remember? And second one was hr tag, to insert a horizontal line. Same way img tag also is an empty tag. It doesn't contain anything, that is we don't have to type /img. Now practically I will teach you how to insert an image. Okay, now we practically learn how to insert an image from website, or that is from internet. Okay, I would like to insert an image of rainbow in this web page named rainbow. So I will open it both the ways. I open its source code from Notepad. Okay, this is the source code, and I open it through browser also. Okay, now I want to insert an image of rainbow from this thing. So I type here copyright free rainbow images. Now for example I want to insert this image. Then I click on that image, let it get loaded here, then right click, and then next is to copy the image address, say like this way, copied. Fine. Now I will go to Notepad, and at the end after /p and before body I will type here img src is equal to that address. I will paste it here and close the tag. Now Ctrl S, that is save the file, and give a refresh here. So you can see the image is inserted. It's very easy to insert the image. Now another way to insert the image from internet is to download the image and then insert it. Same way, suppose I want to insert this image, then I will save the image. I will save the image with the name rainbow. I will save it in my documents, 10th Std HTML files, inside the folder named images with the file name rainbow. Now it's very simple to insert this image. I will come here, I will type here img src is equal to, it's lying in the folder named images, then comes slash, and this slash will not come, this slash will come, rainbow.jpg. Let's see whether it comes or not. Okay, so second image is also inserted. So hope you have learned how to insert the image like this way. Now next thing, we are going to insert other images lying in our computer. First step what we will do is we will bring all the images in this folder, so that we don't have to type the whole path, that is the whole address of the image. So images are lying in this thing, pictures, sample pictures, and it's lying here. So I will copy it and I will paste it in this folder named images. So all images are lying here. Now whatever image I want to insert, I can insert it very easily in whichever page I like. For example, if I want to insert this image of penguins, I will copy the name of the image from here and I will insert it. Now in which page shall I insert? Let me see. Just now we will create a new page, or we will insert in the same web pages which we have created. I will insert it in a rainbow only. So right click, open with notepad. Okay, I come to the end and here I type img src is equal to images images slash name of that image dot jpg. Okay, now I will check. Okay, so like this way the image is inserted. Now next thing we have to learn is the different attributes which are used along with the image. Now we will learn different attributes which could be used along with the img tag. The first one is alt. Now how to use this attribute is given here. Now what is the use of this attribute? Now sometimes the network connection is slow, the network speed is slow, and we are not able to see the image, that is the image takes too much long time to download. Then till the image gets downloaded, till that much time whatever you have written here against alt attribute, that is alternative of image, that will be displayed on the screen. So it will be helpful for the user. He will come to know that chalo bhai, this image is of so and so thing. Now what should be written here against alt? Then against alt you can either write the name of the image as we have given here in the example, or you can also write the complete path, that is the complete source of the image along with the name. Both the things could be written here. And it is always advisable to define this attribute, that is alt attribute should always be defined as it describes the image. Another reason is that some formats are not supported. Some formats of image may not be supported by some browsers, and image may not be loaded at all on the browser screen. Then in such case also the user will come to know that what was the image about. And one more reason is that now sometimes web page is read by the softwares such as screen reader. This type of softwares are specially designed for the visually challenged people. Then at that time the search engine can interpret that what the image is. We will do it practically once that time. After that you will get the perfect idea of this thing. The next two attributes are height and width. Now in the last web page which we had created and inserted the images of rainbows and penguins, right? In that we had seen that one of the image of rainbow was small and another was too big, and then penguin was of medium size. So now this attribute provides us the option to change the image to the size of our own wish, right? So how is it used? The example is given here. img src is equal to the name and source of image, and then you have to simply type height is equal to so and so and width is equal to so and so. Now there are two options. that suppose if I type height is equal to 300 and if I don't type width is equal to 450, then on its own the width will be adjusted according to the previous ratio of the image. And I generally suggest that if you are typing height, then don't type width, and if you are typing width, then do not type height. Do not type both the things together, otherwise it may spoil the aspect ratio of the image. Now we will do the practical of both the things, height and width, and also of alt. So this is the web page in which we had inserted the images. So we open it. Here there are 3 images. Now penguin doesn't have anything to do here. Here we have written the contents of rainbow. So we remove the penguin's image first, and then we use the 2 attributes over the image of this thing, rainbow. I remove penguin's image first, Control S, and refresh here. Okay, so penguin's image has gone. Now this image is too big, so I want to change the size of this image. So here simply I type height is equal to, for example, 300. Okay, now this thing is denoted in points. Okay, so here pixels, so 300 pixels, this much. And you may have noticed that by changing the height, the width has automatically changed. Now here suppose if I type something else in the width, then it will spoil the aspect ratio. If I type here 400, then see what happens. Width is equal to 400. Now see, this thing has changed. So only use one attribute, either height or either width. Don't use both of them. Okay. Now another attribute which we had learned just now was alter, ALT. So I type here ALT and I just simply type the name of the image. I'm not typing the path, that is the address. Okay, now I'll check. Now here it is already loaded, so it doesn't make any difference. But one more thing, even though the image is loaded, if I bring the cursor on that, it should display the name of the image after loading also. It is not displaying, means this browser is not displaying. I open the page in other browser, let's check. For example, Internet Explorer. Now I will bring my cursor over this rainbow and let's see. Yeah, it's displaying the name which we had typed in alt. So until the image is getting loaded also, this attribute displays the thing, and after it gets loaded also, if we bring the cursor on it, it will display. So this much is clear, I suppose. Next attribute is align attribute. Align attribute could have any of the 4 values which are given here. It could be left, or it could be right, top, middle, or bottom. Okay, so first if we type align is equal to left, then the image is aligned to the left side of the containing window or element. That is, suppose if we have typed text or something, then the image will be aligned to the left side of that text, or if 2 images are lying, then also it will be aligned to the left hand side. Then align is equal to right, opposite will happen. The image will get aligned toward the right hand side. Then another thing is align is equal to top. Now the image is aligned to the top of the current document. Now this align is equal to top doesn't work in all conditions, that we will check in practicals. Then align is equal to middle. The image is aligned in such a way that the middle of the image appears at the current text or next image. That I will show you in practical. And last one is image align is equal to bottom. The bottom of the image is aligned with the base line of the current line of text. This also doesn't work much in practicals. We will check just now all the 5 values with the attribute align. So now we will align the image in different ways. There are 5 different techniques, that is 5 different values of align attribute. That is align is equal to top, middle, bottom, left or right. So I go to the source code here, and here this first image I change the alignment. First I make the height similar to the other image's height. Height is equal to 300 so that it doesn't look awkward. Okay, both the images height are equal. Now I try the thing. Align is equal to, first I start with middle. Okay, so it will be aligned to the middle of the other image. You can see exactly to the middle. Then next one we use is bottom. Then it will be aligned like this way. Bottom and top will not make much difference, just see. Some types of alignments are applicable when the image is kept next to the text, that also I will show you just now. Then the other type of align is equal to right. Now this image is alignment I am changing from left to right. So I give a refresh. Now you can see it has gone toward the right hand side. Now left, it was already left, so I am not doing anything. Okay. Now I will add some text between both the images. So I am copying some content from here and putting it between both the images. Okay, and I specify it as paragraph, one single common paragraph. To check the other values of attribute align. Okay, now you can see one paragraph is kept here. Now the same paragraph I will copy and put it below this image also, below this image, and then I will change the alignment of this image. Same paragraph I am copying and pasting it here. Let's check. Okay, now this image's alignment I am changing. Align towards top. It will not give much change. Bottom also. It didn't show any change. Then left. Now by aligning the image towards left, the text which was lying at the bottom came to the side of this image. Now here there is no center or justify align in this thing. No center or justify, only align to left or right. Now right. So like this way. So we saw that top and bottom is not making any difference in the alignment of the. Next attribute is border attribute. Now this is very useful attribute. Many of the times we want to give border to the image to lay more emphasis on that image. Then using this attribute we can add border of different thickness. Next attribute is ID attribute. With the help of the ID attribute, you can specify an identifier, that is name, for the image. Later, the image can be referred by the identifier in a script written with a programming language such as Java. The tag below shows how to use the name attribute. Now this you will not be able to see any difference in the output here. Another thing, it is usable when any of the web pages are uploaded on internet and those web pages are to be referred or are to be used by any programming script. Then comes the attribute low SRC. Now what is the use of this attribute? That suppose if you have created a website with high definition images, very sharp images, then the size of that images will also be too big, and if the connection speed of the user is slow, then it will take time for him to load the image in the browser. Then what you can do is you can create the same image with lower resolution. That means it compressed image will be the same, but it will be in compressed form, and the size of that image will be smaller. So this smaller size image you can use along with low SRC attribute. So up till the main image gets uploaded in the browser, till that much time the user will be able to see the image of the same thing in low resolution. This is also practically seen when the web page is uploaded in internet. Here just now we are locally preparing the web pages, and so the speed is high only whenever any web page is loaded, the speed is high, so you will not notice any change here. So the next attribute or the last attribute which could be used with img tag is h space and v space. H means horizontal, v means vertical. Now if you want to insert a horizontal space on both the sides of the image, then you can use h space attribute, and if you want to use vertical space, that is space on up and on the top and bottom of the image, then you can use v space. You will learn it using a practical example. Practically we will see the usage of the attribute named border. Okay, now we will add border to this image. Okay, so that image is lying here, so I add the attribute border. Border is equal to 3. So you can see a border line added to the image. Maximum you can add border up till 10, otherwise it will become too thick. Other image also I add a border of 3. Okay, so we have added borders to both the images. Now next we will see the use of h space, that is horizontal space, and v space, vertical space. First I will put h space in between this thing. Okay, on this image I will put h space of 30. So you will notice that here there will be more spacing, and on this side also the spacing will increase. So that image is here. Yes, h space is equal to 30. You can notice the space increased both the sides of the image. Now I will add v space. V space is equal to 20. Now you can see the space increased on this side also. Now in practicals we are not going to see the use of the attribute named id and the attribute named low SRC. Okay. Here is given the tabular information of the different image file formats which could be used in preparing any web page. First one is .bmp. It is bitmap graphic files for Windows and OS 2. Another one is GIF, that is full form is graphics interchange file. Then third one is JPEG, full form is joint photographic expert group file. Then JPG, it is a JPEG only, and GIF image file also. Then next one is PNG, full form is portable network graphics bitmap graphic file. And last one is .tiff, that is tag image file format. It is also a bitmap file. Now we have to do practical exercise. I have not given the coding of the output here. I have given only the output over here, you can see. Now in this, preparing this HTML page, you will require the knowledge which you have gained in chapter number 1 and chapter number 2 and chapter number 3. Mixture of the knowledge of all these 3 chapters is required in preparing this web page. I give you somewhat hint how to prepare. First thing is you have to download the images of chocolate, pastry and ice cream, and you have to save those images in the folder named images. Okay. Then next thing is you have to add BG color, that you know. Then I have used H1, H2 tags that you can make out. I have changed the font color that you can make out. Then the size of all the images, width of all the images is same. So I have used the attribute width along with img tag, that you can understand, right? So it's your time. Pause the video here and write the coding to get the output as it is given here. All the best. So here we end the video. Thank you very much all of you. We meet in the next part of chapter number 3. There it will be more interesting. But till then you practice all these things, otherwise you will not be able to cope up with the further things which are taught. Okay, so goodbye. Thank you.